It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Well, it is a final from American Family Field, the game and the series, and both those results are not good. Welcome in, everybody. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Tommy Wortz, and this just in. A Dodger just walked again. Yeah. Well, and is that the real deal here? Well, maybe. Lended to a series loss, but I mean, I think it's the Brewers offense that scored a total of 9 runs.
Yamamoto, that guy, he just owns the Brewers now too. After that first game, man, how did that happen in July last year? He gave up 5. He gave up 5 in that game because the last 2 outings of Yamamoto, it's 16 innings of work, it's 2 earned runs, and he just looks dominant, like the best pitcher in the game every time.
And you just end up getting a scratch single once in a while off him.
Yeah.
The Brewers never had more than a single in today's game.
No. 7 different players with a hit, all of them singles.
7 hits, a walk, and a hit batter. And you come up with a single run in this game. So again, consistency of the offense. And that we're going to get into this. We'll welcome in our network stations here in just a couple of minutes. But I want to get your response on this one because this wasn't good. Measuring stick, measuring up to the Dodgers. Yeah, maybe some look at it that way. The Dodgers didn't measure up to the Brewers in all 6 of the regular season games last year, but yet then in the NLCS, the Brewers didn't measure up to the Dodgers. 30-20 after this loss. Would you have taken a 30-20 mark after 50 games when we were in spring training? I think so. I think all of us would. However, that doesn't mean there's not work to do. I mean, there is a lot of work to do to improve this Brewers squad. And that's the good thing about it is I don't even think they're playing their best baseball.
No.
So when they do, Tommy, then we can really kind of analyze things a little bit. It's worth talking about all the departments, the defense, the offense, the starting rotation, and the relief corps. But 30-20, we'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take it. 715. This is a precursor visual representation. That's way too many syllables for 3 words, man. Of a playoff scenario for this season, running into a buzzsaw again, just like last year. Side note, Yelich last 6 games is 3 for 20. Didn't play in 2 of these games. 963,000. Time to cut our losses and either get a bat that can stay in the lineup and produce with some more consistency, or a starter that can quelch a lineup in the playoffs. 2 more years of that albatross of a contract.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's an albatross when you look at his numbers last year.
Even at the start of this year, he's been fine.
It's been okay.
Yeah, there's no argument around like, yeah, he obviously probably makes a little too much money now at this point. If he's not putting up, if he put up years like last year every year, then you can justify the contract.
Sure can.
But no, and the health has always now been a problem since 2019 with him. And yeah, I think they just gave him his scheduled day off. Did he play yesterday? I thought he played yesterday, didn't he?
Thought he did.
Yeah. So I get the frustration with him not being in the lineup. Definitely a little bit of a Sunday lineup situation. Just the 3rd time all year Bowers has been a DH in a game, or 2nd time all year, maybe it was actually, that he's been a DH in a ball game. And they just didn't have it against Yamamoto today. They just didn't have it.
They didn't. And but on the Yelich contract thing, guys, it's absolutely commonplace. When you sign a big deal, you know the tail end of that deal is pretty much not going to be worth it. That's just not for Yelich, but that's for most all of the other players around the league. They'll sign a huge deal knowing full well that the last 2+ years maybe of a deal like that is not going to be, the same output that they had when you signed that deal. So I'm not too worried about it. Yelich. I think he's a leader off the field and certainly on the field. He'll do a little bit better job here. We'll get into all of this and more after the break here. The Brewers, they fall 5-1 They lose the final game of the series, lose the series down to a 30-20 mark here. There's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen, Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studio. Stick around, a lot to get to.
baseball fans, the game is over. Welcome to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Oh, I can talk now?
Yeah. What do you do?
Yeah.
Did I mess you up there? Did I not prompt on the? Did you think I was ready and just gonna be ready to play? South this
and a ground ball to second base. They will get one, and that's it.
And that's it.
So the Brewers,
and that's it.
Take a 1-0 lead on Yamamoto. It's the first run allowed by Yamamoto in the second inning all season.
Oh yeah, second inning all season. First run he's ever given up. Did he give up another one for the rest of the game?
No. He knew that was it.
Yeah, I think we kind of deep down knew that was it. Right?
It's a final at American Family Field, and the results are not good, not only in the game, but the series as well. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Tommy Wortz, and this was not good. It's not just that they lost. I think it's the way in which they lost this series. And 9 runs collectively in the series was good enough to get a game. And this just in, another walk for a Dodgers hitter. And so the Brewers, they go to 30-20. Now let's zoom out here a little bit.
Okay.
And think about the 50 games and a 30-20 mark, the way they're playing and the way they've been injured. I think it's pretty good.
Well, it is actually the first time since 2022 that they have 30 or more wins at the 50 mark.
At the 50 mark, and the first 2 months of baseball, I mean, you think about it, they're already at 15 per month. I know you started a little bit early back in March, but just rough numbers here. You go 15 a month, you're looking at 90 wins just right there.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with the record. I just have some issues with the way they look at times. And that's where the consistency comes in. All over the road. They're swerving all over the road. It's just a 4-run game here in a 5-1 loss. You had 2 pinch hitters for Bowers and Mitchell.
Yeah.
Now, again, is that not curious to you guys? This is a 4-run deficit, not 14. Where was the Vogel blast when you needed it in the 9th inning?
Wait. What if I told you it was Luis Rengifo and Blake Perkins?
Well, that made it even worse.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Now, okay, so the question would be, overall 30-20, you're good, right? I think everyone's good with that. I don't want to speak for everyone, but I would imagine that the vast majority of Brewers fans are pretty good with the 30-20 mark, because this is what happens when you get to 10 games over 500. You start making hay, you go bounce up to 12 or 14 games over. Yeah, you go into a little down sprout, if you will. And then you dip down to about 10 games over. Maybe you go to 9 over. See, that's where you want to hang out. That's where they're hanging out. And if you look at the crowds over the weekend, I think we deserved better against the Dodgers.
Yeah, I think 41,000 just about today.
Well, 40,097.3 the game had.
Got it.
The Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show.
Nice. Yeah, I can't
believe I did that.
We're going.
Did I just do that?
We're going to be off the air 20 minutes before that you get the next one in. But yeah, I got you. Yeah,
you did get that. Okay.
I got it.
That just came to me. That was not planned.
Oh yeah. All right.
Can we try it again? 40,097.3 the game had the Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show.
Nice.
I mean, that is creative. I wish I'd have written that. Okay, Nicolay Law, talking text line, 414-677-1250. Sproat, I texted you, Tommy. We'll start with the starter. I texted you, and would you have taken? I texted you a would you have taken question. At the beginning of the game, would you have taken Brandon Sproat 4 innings of 1-run ball, no matter how it turned out? Because he had traffic. He worked around traffic the entire 4 innings. But would you have taken that?
Yeah, I'd take that.
Yeah, we're good. But then the 5th inning hit. Infield single and a walk.
Yeah.
Now the walks will get you.
Sproat is today's game. It's very hard to look at anything from today's game and have it feel like the last straw in any way, right? Because it's all of kind of what we know can happen, where on a positive note, there are plenty of hitters in this lineup that got a hit today. And you're thinking, if you get a hit, like you did your job in Major League Baseball for the day, and 7 Brewers can say that. The ones that should be getting the hits, hey, they got their hit. The ones that aren't, okay, what are we going to do? Celebrate a hit again for Joey Ortiz?
Yes, we are.
Then on the pitching side, Drowan's been great all year. So having one rough outing and giving up his first ever home run in the big leagues, okay. Sproat, since May, has been totally fine as a pitcher in this Brewers rotation, and he sets a career high in strikeouts today. So, and C-Rod is C-Rod at the end of a game where I don't think he gave up a run, but still traffic all over. Today's a really weird day to do a post-game show because we didn't learn anything. It felt like from today. Really. It was just
one of those games.
It was just a day where, they're going up against one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball, and the Brewers lineup, sometimes it goes dormant. We know that. It did.
So unless you want to trade or swap out multiple offensive players, the only thing you can do with this offense is become more consistent.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, will they pick up an offensive player? Maybe in a month or two. Maybe. They're not wholesale changing this offense, folks. I'll guarantee you that right now. They're not making a 2-3 player new lineup in here. It's just not happening. And it shouldn't happen, quite frankly. All it needs is to be more consistent. That's it.
Joey did make a couple of pretty sick defensive plays today too. He was dazzling again. Every time we try to talk about him, he just does something like that on defense too.
I didn't hear any Joey chants today though. Did
you?
You?
Man, darn. I was really looking forward to him. We need David chants. Like David. Get Hamilton. Hambone. Yeah.
So where do they need the most help then? Where would you improve things a little bit? Offensively, starting rotation, or a reliever? So those 3 departments, because you'd make an argument for all 3 of them, couldn't you?
I don't think so about the starting rotation.
Probably not the rotation.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't think so. I think they have the pieces. They have to put them in the right places now with the rotation. Like, I mean,
Gasser and Sproat were not stellar performances. Let's face it.
No, but Gasser got option back down. That should show you in 2 or 3 days, it's going to be Woody or Crow. Well, whoever it is, ain't going to bring. It's going to be one of the 2 of those guys to come back, and then. The bullpen, I think they have what they want. They just continue to use the wrong piece. Like, we didn't see McGill all series, did we?
We should have seen Ashby in the 5th inning.
We didn't see McGill or Uribe all series.
I was screaming for Ashby instead of Drowan.
Just
because the game was on the line there. Let's face it. That's Yamamoto out there.
Yeah.
You needed leverage right there in the 5th inning. And that's, I think, that the only outside of pinch hitting for Bowers and Mitchell in the 9th inning with Perkins and Rengifo, you really did that, Murph, in a 4-run game?
I don't even think we can agree on the left side of the infield because you've created so many Joey stands out there too, where it's literally third base or nothing that you'd want to replace on this team.
Okay, I'd be okay with that. But again, though, that's Yamamoto out there. You could kind of tell he was handcuffing the Cruz offense. You have a 1-1 game in the fifth, a couple of runners aboard, nobody out. You probably needed to settle things down right then and there. And that's where Ashby, if that's your guy, unless you've decided that Ashby is now higher leverage, and maybe he is, just based on necessity. Now you've got a right-hander in Patrick and a lefty in Ashby. There's your higher-end leverage along with McGill and Uribe. And maybe that's the case. Maybe Ashby isn't that Swiss Army knife that goes all over the road from 5th through 9th. So we'll see. But where do they – what's the one department? A starter? Are you still no Chad Patrick for Gasser or Sproat? Anybody? Just saying. Just saying.
Tim, is the team better if Chad Patrick is a starter or a reliever right now?
For now, maybe. It's out of necessity. I don't think Patrick lost his job for the job he was doing in the rotation. I think he lost his job because they needed that arm in that department.
So then you would rather go get a reliever so Patrick can go back to the rotation.
Possibly. And at that time, if the guys of Gasser, Crow, whoever you have down at the bottom there, Sproat, if they're still struggling or they're struggling, I'm not saying they're struggling mightily right now, but if they are, you always have that ace in the hole with Patrick who could go back into that 5 spot. So right now, I think he was moved for necessity. But would you look at a starter? I think that would be third on the list. So reliever or offense is what's lacking here for the Brewers. 414-677-1250. We're going to hear from Pat Murphy. You guys can participate in the show today on the Nicolay Law Talk and text line. Beautiful day for baseball. I heard Grindle say today, when Abner Doubleday invented baseball, this was the type of day he had in mind. That was kind of adorable, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. All right.
Lane's such a fairy tale guy. You know him. Yeah.
Let's start things out with our Sunday visit with our boy Uncle James. What's up, Uncle James? What it do?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I got a major headache. The last 2 games were just pathetic. I mean, it's like you got to go to the bathroom really bad, and then you finally get the stall open up, and you're going really good. You put everything away, and then you get a little dribble in your shorts. I mean, come on. And you're right.
What an analogy.
Well, Tim, you know these baseball guys and have talked to them. Do our pitchers really know where their ball is going to go when they pitch it, or are they just kind of aiming it? I'm just curious.
The walks aren't going to last long, man, under Murphy. I know how he feels about walks.
He traded Tobias Myers because of the walks.
Yeah, you can't be walking, guys. This is the big leagues.
Well, they must have a percentage of how many times guys will score after you get walked, especially if there's 2 in 1 inning. I mean, I'm not like I said, a smart baseball guy, but I'm listening and watching this stuff for 45 years, and it's like you can't give up free bases.
How many walks did the Dodgers have this series?
Oh, boy.
That would be the number to take a look at.
Well, they had 6 today, 11 yesterday.
17. What they have on Friday?
Let's see what they had on Friday.
So that was the Henderson game. So we're at 17 walks in the 2 games.
And then the Henderson game, they had 6 again.
23 walks in a 3-game series, right?
Yeah.
23. Come on, guys. It's just not going to fly. You heard it last night from Murphy. He said unacceptable.
Well, it's got to be. Everybody loves Murphy, and I know he likes to protect his players, but does he get mad at him or yell at him?
I'm sure he does.
He's got to, because and especially like sports, it's you're based on your performance. I mean, if I was Perkins, Ortiz, Renifo, Hamilton, Mitchell, hell, throw Frelick in there. If you guys aren't hitting your weight, then do extra batting practice. Do something. I mean, this has been happening game after game after game.
I don't know, man. Their offense is scoring runs. I think they have a decent offense. I mean, there's a lot of numbers out there that says their offense is pretty good.
Well, certain categories they might, but like I said, I mean, you got up 3-0 yesterday. I get it. Our bullpen kind of eroded and stuff, but and that's going to happen. But we got good starting pitching, so I say we got to get another outfielder or two.
Okay, so your vote is offense.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we got to score some more runs there, and hopefully Woody and/or Crow will come back. I'm pretty sure Gasser's gone for the year. I mean, he didn't look so good. Sproat, he's not burning up it either. So I mean, we got 2 starting spots open. So send them guys down and get Woody back and bring back Crow. Don't you think?
It could be. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. I'm going to guess. We'll see. But okay, what's on the agenda for Uncle James? You grilling out, or what are you doing?
No, actually, I worked yesterday and today, so I'm kind of tired. I missed part of the game because I had to take a nap. But that's what a 67-year-old guys do. Once you get a nap in every day, the old body says it's time to take a snoozer, even if the game's on. But no, Jamal, I'm just going to go to church. They got a meal going on, so that's kind of cool.
Good for you.
Yeah, and then if you can believe social media, it sounds like the Packers might sign Joey Bosa. And, of course, we got to trade Giannis, which sucks, but it is what it is. So, anyhow,
go ahead.
It was great talking to you guys. Spark it up, folks. Of course, I'll talk to you next Sunday. And, as always, keep the buzz buzzing.
This sports update brought to you by Uncle James. Here on the Wisconsin Sports
Surprised
Radio
he didn't
Network.
highlight UWM's walk-off against Wright State yesterday.
to make the tournament.
Come on, man.
Jeez. All right, let's squeeze in one more, right?
Yeah, we can, yeah.
All right, Kenny, what do you have today? A Brewers 5-1 loss.
Offense. Oh, my God, do we need consistent offense? Now, remember last year at this time when they played the Dodgers, which was a little bit later in the year, I think it was July.
July 7th was Vaughn's first game.
Yeah, they went ahead and handled them 6 games, out of the 9 they played, no problem. But we had some different guys on the team with Caleb Durbin and some other up-and-comers that were just playing very well. And when they came into the game, you just had a great feeling at that time that you were going to get something out of them, and they did. Unfortunately, when you got to the playoffs, the woes came in because they were spent after playing the Cubs in that 5-game series. This barometer is one that tells you, if I'm the GM, I'm getting offense. And yes, I don't need one player. That's garbage, Tim. You need 2 players. You got to get rid of both guys on the left side that can't hit. They cannot hit.
They're not getting multiple changes in this offense, Kenny.
Well, maybe Pratt comes up.
I don't believe that for a minute.
I mean, yeah. They're not going to go out and trade for 2 incoming offensive players.
Who says they're going to trade? Who says they're going to trade? They may not trade. They may just bring some other guys up because they have options. So,
and they're going to internally make some moves. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I would much rather see that than doing what we're doing. Yes, we're 10 games over 500. Yes, we're in first place. Those are all good things, all positive things. They've worked hard to get back to where they're at after getting some key guys back. Some of the moves today, that Murph did, the pinch hitting for who he pinch hit for. I'm like, what are you doing? But I truly believe he was looking ahead, saying, you know what, we got St. Louis coming in. We're leading the division. We have to make sure that we maintain that. And I got to give my horses maybe a little bit of rest. With that being said, this team needs offense. I don't think our pitching is the issue. Plus, we have other guys coming up that were down on rehab assignments and so on and so forth. So I'm excited about
I wonder if he was looking ahead to Sunday's game, today's game, and why Contreras got the day off yesterday and not the day game after a night game. Well, he should have had today's game off instead of yesterday.
I was just going to say that last night when I called in, I was going to say the Sunday lineup was Saturday night.
It seemed like it.
Yeah, and so
I got some news actually here. The Brewers have activated outfielder Akil Baddoo off the 60-day IL. He has immediately been optioned to AAA Nashville. However, so I don't know if they wanted to wait till after maybe before tomorrow, but Badu for Perkins feels inevitable now too.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you're looking at this team, there's so many upside. I mean, there's so much upside with this team right now. It has the ability to be tremendous, but it also affords itself the ability to have some blunders like they're having against the World Series champions.
Mark of a great team is winning when you're not playing your best ball. That's the mark of a great team.
It is. But in this particular case, the reality against the Dodgers, after they won that first game, they seem to have disappeared a little bit. And it's one of those things where you just don't want to see that happen going forward, knowing that this team has a lot of momentum and the scrubs lost again. So that was all outstanding for today. It was beautiful. So with that being said, I'm basking in the sun, drinking beer, enjoying myself, and the grill is going, baby.
Nice. I'm an hour and a half, T-minus an hour and a half away from
Miller High Life.
High Lifes. Yeah. All right. Take it easy. I'm starting to dislike the Dodgers. Something fierce here, aren't you?
Starting? What do you mean starting?
No, I did dislike
2018. Chris Taylor, screw you. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I dislike him, but now it's heightening. It's just even worse.
No,
is it Cub level? No, but it's getting up there.
It probably should be Cub level, to be fair.
Should be Cub level?
I think it should be.
Cardinal level?
Again, I hate what the Dodgers do to baseball. They're playing the game, and maybe I was all in on, everyone should spend money, but then Kyle Tucker gets a $60 million a year deal, and of course he hits triples in both games over the last 2 days. But sorry, he's just not the fourth best player in baseball. He shouldn't be making that money.
He's getting a brush back. Next time the Brewers face that dude, get him off the plate the first pitch.
I'm wondering if that guy is going to grow a chin by the next time either, just in general, because his neck just goes into his mouth. Sorry, that was mean, Kyle. I'm mad. I'm not perfect either, but
big crowd at American Family Field, and also Dollar Dog Day tomorrow, and the Miz on the mound. A big day tomorrow as the Cardinals, the aforementioned Cardinals, into town as well. So a lot to get to. Murph on the way. Your reaction. Nicolay Law Talk and text line 414-677-1250. 30-20 mark. Where's the need for the team moving forward? That is a good record with everything that's gone down thus far. But a 5-1 loss today in Game 3 of the 3-game series against the Dodgers, and we're talking about it. Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. I don't know if you guys know the name Tyler Jones. If you don't, you do today.
Man. Look, the check swing was bad. The one on Vaughn, I mean, ask for help. Ask for help on a check swing, right? That's all Murph wants. Ask for help.
Yes.
But I'm not complaining about – you cannot complain about strike zones anymore. You cannot, people. Challenge if you think it's wrong. And if it's wrong, then the ump is right. I don't know what more you want from the guy. This is what you – no. Don't stop it, Tim Allen. Stop it right now.
The way we mentioned last night what Wainwright said on the broadcast. I mean, there is no judgment call anymore, man.
No.
It's a strike or a ball. That's it. That's what you get. That's what ABS is. It's crazy. Welcome back. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. We'll get back to your calls here in just a second. A couple of things here. The Polish pipe bomb, Jeff Orlowski, will join us at the top of the hour.
Nice.
That should be fun. So stick around for that. And also our Brewer family thoughts to the friends and family of Charlie Moore. A good old number 22 passed away yesterday. And I don't know if you know much about Charlie Moore, but longtime catcher for the Brewers. However, they moved him to right field in the early 80s, and he was an assassin out there with that arm. That was crazy. And the one thing I remember about Charlie Moore that sticks out to me, I mean, he was their 9-hitter, 8-hitter, well, as it were, but 9-hitter in theory back in the glory days, if you will. But there was a game against Boston when he was behind the plate prior to Ted Simmons getting here. And I still remember it as a kid. He went absolutely ballistic on a safe call. There was a relay throw to him, and he, obviously thought he clearly, and I was young enough, probably too young to really understand the vehemence behind what Charlie did, but it always stuck out at me. He ripped his mask off and threw it, slammed it down. He was a competitor, man. He was played way longer than I thought. Did I hear that correctly? That was 73 for 14 years and started in 73. I didn't realize he played
Charlie
that
Moore
long.
played from 73 to 87. Yeah.
That is wild.
And he played with the Crew until 86.
Yeah, I did not realize that.
1 year with Toronto in 87.
But wow, thoughts out to good old number 22 for the Brewers. Okay, let's get back to you guys on the Nicolay Law Talk and text line. Brett, we'll fire you up here. What's going on, Brett?
What's going on, buddy?
What's happening?
Man, I've been listening to you for 20 some odd years, and this is the first time I've called in.
Oh, welcome in. Finally, we got Brett in.
Man, you must be really pissed off about today, Brett.
We've been searching for you for 20 years.
I know. You guys, I've been on your guys' mind, I'm sure. You guys are always on my mind. Tommy, I love you too. I haven't been listening to you much because my connection to 1250 just doesn't come in very well. But
okay.
Well, you got the Odyssey app.
Yeah, that's what I listen to you on now. Yeah.
Good.
Perfect.
But it was pretty poignant that, Tim, that you just brought up Charlie Moore. I don't want to talk about the game. I was going to talk about Charlie Moore. Rest in peace. 14 years with the Brewers. Brewers legend. One of the greatest throws from right field to nail Reggie Jackson at third in the ALCS in 82.
Indeed.
He batted 15 for 39 in that 82 playoff series. He was the last runner ever batted in by Hank Aaron. He held one record in the history of MLB. He hit for the cycle and was the only guy to steal two bases in the same day that he hit for the cycle. And I just
look at that. Okay. Nice.
And I just there's a culture about the history of the Brewers, and I'm all about it. I don't want to talk about the game today. We're not going to have Gasser, and I think Sproat's going to be out. I think Woody's coming back. But I just want to, reach out to Charlie Moore and give some props. And I'm glad that you said something about him.
Yeah, awesome. But Brett, we're glad that you called in, and don't be a stranger. All right.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brett.
Thanks for the call. He brought up the word legend. Sparky and I got into it probably, 15 years ago. I still remember this. How I remember this, I don't know. We got into the term legend when I used it for Jim Gantner. Brett used it there for Charlie Moore. And now that you think about it, all those years with the Brewers, he might be, I've never really thought of Charlie Moore as, quote, a Brewer legend. Maybe we should.
Okay, here's a test for you then, Tim. I have to assume, okay, what's 1052? So 52 minus 23 gets us to what? That's 29. Okay, so 1,029 hits in a Brewers uniform for Charlie Moore. And I have the 10 other Brewers here that goes down the list on the top 10 at least. Christian Yelich has 1042, and he's 10th on the list.
Yeah, see, look at that.
BJ Surhoff, 1064. He's 9th on the list.
I wouldn't consider him a Brewer legend. No offense to BJ Surhoff.
Ogilvy had 1144. Don Money, 1168. Jeff Jenkins, 1221. Gantner is 1696.
He's definitely a Brewer legend.
Cooper 1815, Braun 1963, Molitor 2281, Yount 3142. Yeah. Wow. I mean, if he's 11th most in Brewers hits, which I can't confirm quite this second, but I would be confident to say it's a give or take 20 hits from top 10 in Brewers history.
And it's the longevity, too, that really plays a part here. It's not just the hits, but it's the longevity for him. That's interesting.
He is 11th in hits. And the only other Brewers that have 1,000 hits, there are 13 Brewers with 1,000 hits.
Wow.
And Charlie Moore is one of them.
That's crazy. I just never – and I like Charlie Moore. I've probably got a basement full of Charlie Moore baseball cards. And I like the 22. I think it's a cool jersey number. I do. I like the double deuce, but man, that's awesome.
That's more than Fielder has 996. Corey Hart has 950. Gorman Thomas 815. Like there are some names there that he's got more than.
But granted, more years.
Sure, but still, then that also adds to it, right?
It does, and that's what I'm saying. It does. The long time Brewer thing kind of hangs in there. I don't know. Maybe it's generational. You might consider Gantner and Moore as Brewer legends. All right, Big Dog Chase. Did you have your shirt on today?
Yes. I didn't. To be honest, I don't even know if it got started today.
Oh, yeah, Big Dog. They were telling people not to go up there yesterday. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's garbage.
Fun haters.
Fun haters. Yeah, facts. Facts.
Just go 5 sections down and enter there and then walk over there.
Yeah, fair enough. Good point. What'd you think? Were you at the game today, right, Chase?
Yep.
Yeah, what'd you think about it?
I mean, let's just say this. So we swept the Dodgers last year in the regular season. Then we got swept by them in the playoffs. Are we seeing something here? Well, where it could be reversed this year.
There you go.
Yeah, I like it. I like
that. Hey, let me ask you this, Chase. When you go to the ball game, do you stay in your seat the whole game, or do you run around and do kid stuff at the game?
Stay in my seat.
Do you bring a glove?
Yeah. We go early for batting practice.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Yeah. Are you going to? Oh, go ahead.
Also, I walked into the stadium today. Robert Gassner was still doing autograph Sundays. I thought that was a little weird.
Oof. Yeah.
It's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see him again.
Also, Patrick should be a starter.
Oh, all right. Well, Big Dog spoke. Yeah, Big Dog spoke. I got it.
Big
also,
dog bark.
I agree about Ashby. I was thinking, why aren't we using Ashby?
Yeah, in that 5th inning.
Yeah.
Instead of drone.
Also, last one more thing.
Yeah.
If Skeens continues to get lit up and Miz continues to dominate, that's going to be interesting to see what pans out.
For Cy Young. Yeah, I think so. Chase, are you going tomorrow or you got the day off tomorrow, not going to the game?
Got the day off tomorrow.
I'm going
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Okay. Well, it was Dollar Dog Day tomorrow. How many hot dogs could you eat in a 9-inning baseball game, Chase?
I don't know. 4?
4? Oh, I think you got more than 4 in, you know?
My dad could probably do the 999 challenge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, tell Dad that it would have been cheaper on Monday, but now he's got to try on Tuesday.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks,
See you, Big
Chase.
Dog.
See you, Big Dog.
Love him.
Oh God, he's gonna take my job. You're gonna be doing these shows with Big Dog Chase in 10 years.
No, he's gonna be celebrating his 20th year.
21 years.
Year.
Let's get one more in. Let's go to Bill out in Milwaukee. What's up, Bill?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
More
What's going on, Bill?
How you are? What's up?
Hey, I just got a question because so many people are acting like the sky is falling.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather lose 2 to the Dodgers and sweep the Cardinals? Add that lead to the division?
What if they would have
won?
What if they went 2-2 against them, against both of them? Is that the same?
As long as they build the lead in the division.
That's the thing. I agree with you. That's the direct path to the playoffs. Is your division. And the fact that the Cubs lost again today, that's huge. That's huge. I mean, this is a pennant race right now. It is a pennant race right now. And a lot of people, they've given me flack on that over the years, but it just is a pennant race. I'll guarantee you, if you lift up this day today and you pop it down on September 24th or something, you're going to be, I'll guarantee you'll be celebrating that Cub loss because the Cubs are going to still be in the fight then. And I hate saying that, but I still think it's true. Until I'm proven otherwise, they're going to be in that fight. It's a great point. The division is the key.
All right. You guys have a safe and good Memorial Day.
All right, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
You grilling out tomorrow? You grill out? Big grill guy?
Some of us got to work, so
we do have to work.
Well, yeah. I will. I'll probably be popping on in the morning show to help a little bit. Not in studio. I'll be able to get the Tim Allen treatment where I get my own studio, and then I have middle of the day baseball. Then after that too. So no, I don't think so. The girlfriend's working too anyway, so. Not really a big deal. Tonight's like my Memorial Day off day. Just being after that.
Have you noticed grilling out has gotten just, I don't know what the word I would use. It's just more and more exotic with the food items.
Ooh.
I was at a cookout yesterday that had all sorts of Chinese noodle salad and it's my sister's and I hate it.
Did she use a Blackstone, like a black top, you know?
I don't know.
I feel like the flat top has evolved the grill out game.
Can we keep the grill out game a little more simple?
Yeah.
Good. Just burgers, brats, dogs.
Chicken? What about chicken?
If you want to go steaks, okay, I get it. Chicken that's tougher to cook on that grill. That's labor intensive.
Well,
for chicken on the grill.
I just feel like you get a grilled chicken breast or whatnot out there, right?
I mean, everybody's bringing a bowl of this and a bowl of that. You know, and you got a belly ache because you don't know what gave you the belly ache. This is crotchety old man stuff. Can we just keep it simple?
Bring Prilosec to the grill house. All right? Jeez.
Mandatory. Jeez.
We need Prilosec pitching change sponsorships.
We do.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we
It's a wonder drug. I'm telling you right now, it is the miracle work.
Oh, geez.
It's changed my life. All right, Brewers fall 5-1. Still a lot to get to. Murph on the way. Polish Pipe on Jeff Orlowski on the way. Hey, by the way, you can hit up that Nicolay Law Talking text line at 414-677-1250. And let us know where you think the need is. Now, again, a 30-20 mark, man, that's pretty good. And I'm not saying the Brewers are great. I'm saying that the mark of a great team is a record like that when you're not playing your best. All right, we'll take your calls and get to Pipe Bomb. A lot to get to yet. Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. There's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen, talking Brewers. All right, welcome back. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. 5-1 Brewers fall to the Dodgers. Not the end of the world. You would have liked them to win, yes. We're Brewers fans. There's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen. We'll get to Joe. Joe will squeeze you in here on the Nicolay Law Talking text line. What's going on, Joe?
Guys,
Joe.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I got you,
Gotcha.
Joe.
Wonderful. Listen, in the wake of a series loss against the Dodgers, Joe of the Joe and Jake caller duo has returned.
Yes, welcome back, Joe. I was hoping it was you.
Yes, I'm very excited to be back. I have it's been a busy year, so I've had trouble tuning in a lot, but it's summer now and I can tune in and listen in and call in. Hopefully we can get Jake as well on the call later this week. But it's wonderful to hear your voices, and it's a pleasure to meet you, Tommy.
Thank you, Joe.
Listen, as for the question of the greatest need, I really don't think there is a need on this team right now, or at the trade deadline for that matter. The Brewers are probably going to do something where we feel like it's kind of underwhelming, and then it turns out to be a great move because that happens every year. But you look depth-wise, I mean, this team is pretty healthy right now. This team is put together like it was supposed to. Woody's on his way back. Hopefully Baddoo can provide a little bit of pop and some potential in a fourth outfielder. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, I'm with you on Baddoo, and we also have to monitor where Brandon Lockridge is too, and I think he's sorely missed here because he was dynamite when he was healthy, and that injury. I still say, Tommy, you probably know more than me, but still a month out or so.
Yeah, mid-late June is what they were telling us, so maybe 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, they would need him. I'm with you to a degree, but I think if I had to say, if it were up to me, a reliever, and maybe pay the price a little bit to get a really, really good reliever. I mean, look what the Dodgers relief corps is doing right now. They're at what, 38 and counting scoreless innings.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? That's a fantastic counterpoint, and it's. You look at Will Klein; he's pumping 100. That pissed me off. But there's a certain bad man in the AL East closing out games for the Red Sox on a 2-year deal that a lot of teams are looking at, I think. But would be nice to have a proven closer at the back end.
Yeah, Joe, great hearing from you, man. We'll talk again.
All right.
Also, Craig Kimbrell was just DFA'd by the Mets. Just saying.
Oh, that would have been great 12 years ago.
6+ ERA.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. Pipe Bomb on the other side joins us. Pat Murphy on the way. Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Pat Murphy on the way. We're also going to hear from Brewer starter Brandon Sproat after a 5-1 loss to the Dodgers here. Game 3 of this 3-game series, the rubber match. It goes the other direction. There's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen, Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. And a lot on the table today. We've talked about the offense. We've had a little reliever talk as well. And the starting rotation, for as young as it is pretty good through 50 games. I mean, we're talking Friday will be the 1/3 mark of the season. Can you believe that?
Wow.
I know that. Starting to figure out how many paychecks I have left. No, I shouldn't do that. All right, let's bring in our guest here and part of the show, the Polish pipe bomb, Jeff Orlowski. Jeff, this game here, Dodgers. You and I went through this last year with that Dodger debacle in the NLCS, but I don't know if you call this a measuring stick sort of thing, because look what the Brewers did in the regular season against the Dodgers last year, and then the NLCS.
Oh, I don't hear you, Pipe.
Oh, we don't have it.
No, nothing yet. No. It's not moving on StreamYard, so it's probably your mic access on StreamYard, the bottom microphone thing there, and then that up menu. See if anything's working better there.
Nope.
Nothing.
No.
I don't know what you did different. It was working everything else, but
yeah. Were you just talking to him, right?
No, I wasn't talking to him off air, but it's kind of funny
weren't.
leaving it up there, I guess, right now to see if anything works itself out. But
right.
Regardless, we'll see if we can get him on in a second here. I'll take him down and then see if we figure it out. Otherwise, maybe I can give him a buzz if we want to do that too.
Sure.
But to your point, Tim, no, I don't think a measuring stick is fair at all, because everything's worked itself out in the Brewers. Last year, to your point, the Brewers had won 9 straight against the Dodgers, dating back to 2024, and they never competed in the postseason with them. So I think that having this saying a game or a series in May is a measuring stick of what is to come from the Brewers and Dodgers in a postseason series. No, I don't think so. And they didn't see Blake Snell during this whole series. He's going to be healthy come the postseason. They didn't see Glasnow. He's going to be healthy come the postseason. Tim, there's a chance it could be worse. It could be worse, actually.
I don't know about that. I was on record last year. You will never see that again in a series. What they did in that series, the complete games, and that just was the anomaly. I just don't see that happening again. If the Brewers and Dodgers got together tomorrow in an NLCS, I just don't think the Dodgers, would their pitching be good? Yeah, because it is good. Would it be that good, though? I mean, that was otherworldly stuff out of the Dodgers last year in that NLCS. So I'm not sure that will happen again. I'm not saying the Brewers will beat them. It's tough to beat that kind of money and that kind of lineup. It just is. But the Dodgers are starting to become that thorn in the side a little bit. A lot of people talk about the St. Louis Cardinals, 2011, 1982. But outside of that, yeah, they've been a pain in the tail over the years for sure. And those are big kind of knockout blows. A Game 6 in 2011. And obviously Game 7 in the World Series. But if you look at what the Dodgers have done, 2018 NLCS, 2020 playoffs, people forget about that. What was it, a 3-game deal?
Sure. Yeah. I'm going to give Pipe a call right here, all right? So cover for me for 5 seconds.
Well, and the other thing would be in that 2020, I think, 2020, that was I forget his name, was the 4-hitter. I want to say it was a cleanup hitter, 4 or 5. Ryan Healy. That's a name that should send a shiver through you. and no Ryan Braun there. And I think Council at that time, I think everybody knew that Bronny was on his way out. And I think Council had the opportunity to, he was hurt. Braun was hurt, don't get me wrong. But I believe the situation did mandate at least get him in that on-deck circle, announce him, and then pull him back and go with the guy you were going to go with.
Sure. Let's bring him in, the Polish pipe, Mr. Jeff Orlovsky. You got us now, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, loud and clear.
Oh, there
sorry
we go.
about that. Technology is not my friend.
No, it's not. But I remember that series in 2020.
Yeah, I told him to cover for me one time, and he started dropping Ryan Healy name references on me. Yeah,
because it was so painful. But the Dodgers are starting to climb the charts in the Brewer rival department. I mean, many years ago, clearly Brewers and Twins, Brewers and White Sox. You were in that AL East. It was Yankees and Red Sox, and they had, their hatred of each other. But then it became the Cardinals. Then it became the Cubs. And now the Dodgers here in the last, just short of a decade, they're becoming the ones that are crawling up the charts here, Pipe Bomb.
Kind of, but it's got to come with an asterisk just because of the payroll discrepancy between the two teams. It's freaking night and day. And, they pay guys, they pay two dudes that it's more than our entire payroll. So, is it really fair to compare? Probably not. Do we hate them? Absolutely.
It seems like it's big knockout blows for this Dodger team against the Brewers. Now it's good to raise the competitive level and be in those situations. There's no doubt. But when I won't say consistently, but my goodness, the Dodgers have created some pain for this Brewer squad. And you and I went through it. You and I went through it last year. I went back and I looked at all my game notes dating all the way back to 2018. And we went over, you remember that? We went over their records throughout that time frame, 2018 through 2025 last year. And it was awful. I mean, it was not good. It was, Jimmy Nelson getting labeled. It was just a lot of things went wrong, Brewers and Dodgers. I mean, at some point that's got to change. Now, if we always have the excuse of, I shouldn't say an excuse, but if we always have the argument that money, they'll never compete, but you still, despite that, once in a while should take a series against these guys. They did last year.
Yeah, they did last year. And then, when the lights got bright and it was go time come playoffs, we saw what happened there too. So, this series, I'm not going to get bummed out about this series. Does it suck to lose 2 out of 3? Of course. But the first game, we whooped their ass pretty good. And then yesterday comes with an asterisk because your boy, Woodford Reserve, was just serving them up one right after another. And so, it was a decent game yesterday until it wasn't. And same thing today. They jumped out early, both games, took an early lead, which is what you want. And then the offense everybody went Joey Ortiz.
Well, hold on a second here. He had a base hit today.
Yeah, well, that's great. June 1st couldn't come soon enough for all you maniacs who think June 1st means something.
I think it's going to go way beyond June 1st at this point.
I don't even think he's the first one on the chopping block, to be fair. I mean, if you count Perkins, and I think Rengifo has a shorter leash now too. I'm not even a Joey Ortiz defender. I think there's bigger problems even too. He had a couple of sick plays in the field, Pipe.
Oh, great! That and $1.50 will get you a cup of coffee. I'll trade his fielding any day for some pop off the bat. My problem is just setting an arbitrary day because, say it was June 1st. There's nothing that can happen between now and June 1st or 2 weeks ago and June 1st. Oh, he's had 4 at-bats where he actually found the barrel. Well, come on, man. Nothing's going to change. He's garbage. So they've got to do something, man. You know, it might be Cooper Pratt time. I was listening to the soon-to-be award-winning pregame show today, and good old Tommy was running down, the highlights of yesterday from Pratt and all that. It's time to get some new blood up here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if wholesale changes are going to occur. I mean, maybe I'll be surprised a little bit. You always hear that term in the NFL, Black Monday, where it's, NFL coaches just drop like flies that Monday after the regular season. And we've had some of those Black Mondays throughout the year. I remember J.J. Hardy was involved with one where they made just a number of changes all on the same day. I don't think that that's going to occur with this team. I think it'll be a little more methodic that way, where Tommy used the term inevitable with Perkins, and I think that's right because I really don't care what Akil Badu's numbers are down at AAA. It would have been Luis Lara. It would have been 2 weeks ago. Luis Lara would have been up here if it were my choice for Perkins. Now, remember, Brandon Lockridge is coming back. So between Akil Badu and Brandon Lockridge, you might have to take your pick there. Now, then on the infield, you say Rengifo, at least not that long anymore. Okay, well, then what are you going to do? It's Cooper Pratt for Ortiz and somebody for Rengifo. I just don't see this organization doesn't do that. That's too reactionary, and I just don't think those wholesale changes will come all at the same time or even in the same few days. I think over the course of time that could occur. What do you guys think over the course of time? But do you guys think that it'll be this, holy crap, there was four roster moves today?
Tommy, you go ahead. You say something smart before I dumb it down.
I think that what's going to happen is Pratt or Williams, maybe both of them, get up at some point this year. That'll be your Luis Rengifo, Joey Ortiz replacements. I think Akil Badu is an outfielder that comes back. Lockridge, another outfielder that comes back. And that's your team until a trade happens. And to Tim's point that he's been making earlier in the program, it's probably going to be a reliever. That's going to be a move that I think this Brewer team makes. They're pretty weak on that side, unless you want to see more Woodford reserve at some point during the season. And I'd be shocked if there's just not a lot of great market for third base this year. I would love to sell the farm for Jordan. That's where I'm at now. That's my stance I'm taking. But quite frankly, I don't think they're going to make too many big splashes.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do wholesale changes either, just because you look at them, they're, 10 games over and everything's going good. They were on huge hot streak until, dropping 2 or 3 from LA here, coming off the series of sweeping Greg and that bunch of losers that he's got down there. So there's a whole lot of feel good here, but, there's still issues and still room for improvement. Would I do the wholesale changes? Hell yeah. Because if you think about it, like, especially, you don't want to mess with the clubhouse too much. But if you're taking out Blake Perkins and Rengifo and Woodford and so, you're not losing anything. Those guys don't hold any weight in the clubhouse. The only reason why Perk might not go is, does that mean if he goes down, that we're going to have to swap Murphy for Sweet?
Not
because
this year.
Murphy said he'd take him down before he would do Perk.
Yeah, not this year. I think Murph has changed his stance on that coming into this season because Perkins didn't break camp with the club here this year, and he was not pleased about it. And you don't want him pleased about it, quite frankly. I mean, a lot of people look at that as that's a blemish on Perkins or any player that is pissed when he doesn't make the squad. No, that's the kind of guy you want. That he's disappointed, at the very least disappointed. But you might be right in that you might not be missing a whole lot with Woodford and Perkins and to some degree Rengifo. But if you continue down that road, guys, I think you're asking for trouble here. You're asking for trouble when you're too quick on the punch. You got to let these guys play this out a little bit. I honestly, it's not going to surprise me if Joey Ortiz never gets sent down this year.
I agree.
It won't surprise me.
Yeah, I agree. I just think that's the Perkins story of last year into this year with Murph too. I think he is a little bit protective over Joey Ortiz. I do. And I think that he does understand that his defense is elite. It does bring something to this ball club.
Yep.
I do, however, understand where there are people saying that his bat is a liability, because it is. I mean, he's if he's coming up 3 times a game and he's getting 3 outs, he's taking an inning away from you, Tim.
On base percentage starting to climb.
Yeah. You guys said a lot of smart things there. It's just
his on base percentage is 291, Tim. 291,
right? But as of late, it's a lot better.
Yeah, as of late, it's 500 over the last 7 games.
Well, look at that.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, you give him credit for that. I sat there. I quit smoking 3 minutes ago. So do I? Get credit for that too, or what? Come on, man.
Tim's went the whole show without one. Yeah.
But yeah, I again. A 30-20 mark, and I made this point last hour and that's why, it's disappointing, this loss, but a 30-20 mark, I mean, I have to zoom back out and just take a look at it. I was thinking about it once I realized that the offense is not going to come back against Yamamoto here. But I took a look at it and thought, with the loss here today, 30-20, all of us would have taken that coming in. Looking at that schedule. Now, again, it was a bunch of AL stuff, and Pipe Bomb, I'll let you converse on that, the AL thing, again, for the Brewers early on this schedule. But, I mean, Yankees and Dodgers and Padres and Cubs and Cardinals playing well. I mean, it's 30-20. It's 10 over. 10, 20, 30. You make 10 over every 50 games. Look at it. When you're looking at 36, minimum 90, just at the bare minimum 90 wins. So it's a perspective. I get it. They probably could. And
so in your reasoning then, Tim, the Brewers passed the test over the first third of the season.
I think they did, and that's why I wouldn't want them to be in a position to, I won't say panic, but react to making 4 different roster moves and kind of cleaning house a little bit. I think a stepladder approach on those moves, I'd be okay with. And your AL thoughts, Pipe Bomb, your AL thoughts on the schedule so far through 50.
Well, the American League is garbage, and way too many American League games against teams that no one cares about. It's been a lifetime since we were A, in the American League, and then B, in the AL East. So I don't need all these series one right after another, especially to start the season when you've been itching the entire off season to finally watch some baseball. And then they're running through Toronto and Boston and all these stupid teams that no one cares about. Give me the Pirates. At least there's some animosity there. And they started out really, really good. So you brought up the 10 games. Of course, they passed the test through the first 1/3 poll of the season. And they're in the toughest division in baseball. So they've done a whole lot of good so far. It just stings when you lose 2 in a row to the evil empire out west.
Have the Brewers played the Reds yet this year?
I don't think so.
No, right? No. That is so weird now that you're saying it out loud.
And the Reds, again, they'll fight you a little bit here this year. Look at the Cardinals. Between the Cardinals and White Sox, there's 5 games there. You're 3-2. So you've had your measuring sticks in terms of opposition for that 30-20 mark. And yes, I mean, there's been a couple of wins over the Minnesota Twins. I think you could, Boston, you probably should have won 2 of 3 there, but Wilson Contreras kind of reared his head.
I did have a question for Pipe Bomb as someone who I've only gotten to know through this show, but just based off of that vibe, seems like he's yelled at a youth umpire once or twice in his life before. I'm wondering if you saw today, like the umpire Tyler Jones, is that what his name was, Tim? He's getting like a lot of heat, and specifically, like I do understand the not checking down on a check swing that was very close, very well could have not been a swing on Andrew Vaughn in the game, but then like talking about his strike zone throughout the game as well. Like that, the ABS is supposed to fix this, and no one, you can't argue ball or strike, because if you have challenges, challenge it, or otherwise it is a ball or it is a strike. Like there's no more arguing that anymore, Jeff. And I was wondering how you feel like ABS is going now, a little bit down the way still, as we've had that conversation once or twice.
Yeah, I think the ABS challenge system is great. It's quick, it's almost immediate. And it gives you the answer. So there's no waiting. There's none of that garbage. Now, all that said, I hate it. I want the days of dudes kicking dirt on the umps and screaming and getting their face and getting thrown out and all that. I love that kind of stuff. So, is it working? Yes. Am I a huge fan of it? No. And then to sit there and only be able to be wrong twice, I would sit there and maybe the thing that's, because I know the last time we talked about this, Tommy, you said that the ABS challenges is slowing down the game
by 3 minutes. Fact.
Okay. I think what slows down the game more is a close play at first, when all of a sudden TV cameras at Murph, and then he's sitting there waiting to hear from the random dude behind him on the phone, and then no challenge.
Yeah.
That slows down the game.
Good
the
point.
ABS is quick. You got to sit there. Maybe if you want to speed it up again, crack down on the number of times you can hold up the game for some idiot upstairs to watch a replay and decide if you want to challenge it or not.
Do we think that it will get to the point where maybe you get one ABS challenge every half inning?
I guess I think you can, though, argue a little bit and bark from the dugout, and you still have some of that.
No, not on the strike zone. You cannot argue the strike zone anymore.
Well, I mean, you could argue. I'm just saying, you could argue the fact that don't make me waste these early on. You need to get these right, man. I mean, you could make that argument that you only get two, right? So,
yeah, but then if you're like, that call was so bad, I'm wasting it. No, you get to keep it then.
Well, in terms of strategy, it might be a waste with a 0-0 game in the second inning.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. And, I'm all for arguing with the umps. Every time I've seen Brewer Mike, the post-game umpire, I get in his face and start yelling about nothing. Just because it's what I think that should be done. So
I still love the story, man. Lasorda, and I forget the umpire's name, but they were going at it.
I think
Lasorda's team, Dodgers were down, 6 or 8 runs or whatever, and Lasorda is just being a jag. And the umpire comes over. Tommy, I know what you're trying to do. I know you're trying to get thrown out of the game. It doesn't matter. I'm not doing it to you. You're going to wait here, because he wanted to get thrown out. So I do miss that sort of Lou Piniella and Earl Weaver and Tommy Lasorda.
Bobby Cox, right?
Craziness out there. I do. And we still see a little bit of that at times. But, to lengthen games a little bit, the PitchCom system seems to have an issue probably every other game.
I wonder if that's a strategy to get an extra mound visit, because of how
are told to go out there and check it themselves then. They're onto this a little bit.
I feel like then, I don't know. I haven't seen one ever get busted for it, but that feels like that's coming any day now too, this year at some point, where just say your pitch comm isn't working so that you can get off the mound, right?
We could have a conversation from Houston, Texas to the Apollo space station. You can't go from home plate to the mound.
Yeah, you can't go 60 feet 6 inches. So it's definite gamesmanship. And so is, who was it, McGill, that would sit there and ask for a new baseball every now and then, just to just to slow it down, reset the clock, and all that kind of stuff. So
Pipe bomb, and finally, we've seen it and we read about it, and we get a couple of comments over the weekend in this Dodger Brewer series on basically, for lack of another term, sign stealing, but it's sign giving or it's location giving with base runners at second base. Your thoughts on that? And I'll just tell you right now, mine will be short and quick. I love it. Pipe bomb, what about you?
Same. I absolutely love it. You know, if it were up to me, they would sit there and completely just throw all those pitch counts into garbage. You got to put down signs the way it should be. You know, the greatest thing about baseball is that it wasn't a quote unquote technology sport. And they're trying to bring it in and bring it in too much, man. I would ban the iPads out of the dugout. I would ban, no ABS, none of that kind of stuff.
Replay?
No replay, nothing. If you want to replay maybe a fair or foul on a homer, that's one thing. But if it's a play at the plate, a play on the bases, I don't care. Get rid of it all. Let's get back to no technology the way it should be.
Yeah, get rid of the nets, too, all around over there.
Yeah, I agree with that, too. Just do the backstop.
That's a tough one.
little Johnny in the fourth row. If you're not paying attention, you deserve to wear one, dude.
With his mom, Linda, from accounting, and she's just on her phone.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Again, though, to send a signal to the hitter when you're at second base, that's been part of baseball for a million years. And, I do think there's gamesmanship there. Brewers admitted they do it. I mean, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem with that. I got no problem with that. As long as you're not going to the Astros lengths of it, that's fine. You
well, and the pitchers will to the pitch count thing. They've adjusted to the pitch clock where that sped them up a ton. And so they will adjust if the catcher has to sit there and pretty much wait until they're through their motion before he shows where the target's at.
Well, and to your point, Pipe Bomb, like that, every rule in baseball is now benefiting at bats, right? Or it's hindering pitching. They want more offense in the game, and having something like a sign, not like a sign messaging to the batter, like adds offense to the game.
It does. Yeah. It certainly does. Again, though, on the pitch comm system, wow. That is the stunning part. We're getting used to the 3-batter minimum. I think that hasn't been a lightning rod topic really in any way. I think all teams and managers and pitchers have adjusted to that. But the pitch count, that's the one. If I could take any one away, I really think it was too confusing for some people, some players. That's why it's there. It's not.
There's not a whole lot of players in the clubhouse that if they didn't play baseball good, were going to cure cancer. So they're not the smartest people in the world. So if you start adding stuff like that, then you could definitely cause a little confusion.
I mean, you're just it's really kind of crazy when you look at it, big picture. Wait a second, you just press a button to that, dude? What happened to indicator? And then, oh, man, there's a man at second base. Hey, remember, we're on this sequence here. We're on this sequence. Here's the indicator. I just love that part of the game, too. So, all right, well, Pipe Bomb, I think we covered everything. We're going to have to get to Pat Murphy. I want to wish you well on Tuesday, so we're thinking about you.
Yeah, thank you much. And, not just because I want to say Bush, but RIP to Kyle Busch. Tragedy in NASCAR, but NASCAR did a great job honoring him before the 600 here today. So sad day for race fans.
Yeah. All right. There he is, the Polish Pipe Bomb, Jeff Orlowski, our Sunday roundtable discussion. That was cool. All right, Pipe Bomb. Good luck Tuesday. I'll be in touch. There's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen. Brewers fall 5-1. We're going to hear from manager Pat Murphy. We'll hear from the starter today, Brandon Sproat. That's all still to come. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios.
The game is over, and it's time to hear from the skipper on the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Yeah, I thought Sproat was really good, guys. I really did, but he wasn't as efficient. Yamamoto was efficient. You know what I mean? He kept attacking. We couldn't string hits together. He was very, very good. That's why he was MVP of the deal, and that's why he continues to be one of the top pitchers in the game. Yeah, we had some chances early, but he really limited he didn't give up free bases. We gave up 6 walks, a hit by pitch, a wild pitch. That's too much. Yeah, the Dodgers were solid. They played solid. They sat back, played solid. They got timely hits. You neutralize one of their stars and another guy beats you. Tucker hits a shot right down the line over the bag, and that ends up being devastating. If that ball's right to the first baseman, we turn 2, it looks like a different ball game. So, yeah, that's the way it goes. Drohan, I thought, threw the ball really, really well. I thought Sproat threw the ball well, but he's got his pitch count crawling up to 90, which as high as we can go. We got 2 lefties coming up. We didn't get the job done when we had to there in that whatever inning that was. Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of 3-ball counts. He's behind 2-0 a ton. But he's throwing the ball good, and he shows flashes of brilliance. That's what rookies do. I think there's huge upside for this kid. I'm excited as heck. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I mean, could we have left him for Tucker? Yeah, we could have. But, bottom line is we thought that was a better move, and it didn't work out. Well, he's so good. He's so good when he's good that it gives you hope. He's facing a great lineup today, but he's so good when he's good and he's done some great things for us already this year. He's had a couple of rough outings, but in no way, shape, or form when I think we're considering getting him out of there. I think conversely, we're not sticking with him. This guy's got a chance to be a high-end starter. And, he's a rookie. So rookies are going to go through that, just like if there was a guy in our lineup. Now, if there's a guy without that kind of stuff, Kurt, I see what you're saying. If there's a guy that we're popping in and out of there because of an injury or something like that, now that guy's got to be a little more efficient or we're not going to hang with him. But a kid like this has such upside that, we lived with some of this last year with Miz too, but he shows some brilliance. And, today's outing wasn't ideal, but if you look at his line before Drone gave up the triple and the homer, it was a decent line with too many walks. Yeah. Well, it's new for him, right? It's something he hasn't done a lot of, the sinker in the past, right? So it's new for him, and he's going to struggle with it a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. He has that. He has a good enough heater where you got to honor the fastball, and that split looks like the heater. They don't recognize it as soon as they'd like, and that ball is just dipping just enough. It's just enough off the velocity. If it's 92 versus 95 or 96, it's 92 with a little dip, very hard to see, and he induces weak contact that way. Hard to lay off of. Then he throws Had a great pitch. He threw a backdoor cutter to Hamilton and a 3-2 count. To be able to execute that after, not seeing a cutter at all, I mean, it's just great. He really he has so many weapons. Now, if he misses with that cutter, he's going to kick himself, and now we got a runner at first and a good runner. And but he does a good job of controlling the running game. Yeah, he's really, really good. But you got to get him. You got to get him when you can get him. And I don't think you can take a standard approach against him. I think you got to take something a little different against him next time we face him. A little different approach.
There he is, Pat Murphy. Seemed a little happy Murph today. A little more upbeat after a loss. Okay.
Yeah, he's just ready for St. Louis, right?
He likes, or he's got a cookout to get to tonight. He's happy with that. But he's super high on Brandon Sproat.
I think we all kind of are in a way, right?
Yep. And to a degree, Miz went through his stuff, not comparing the two, but Miz and the Brewers stuck with him. So, all right. Brandon Sproat, a lot of ceiling there. That's for sure. Command, pitch efficiency. Those are the two things for him. All right, we'll come back, get you your G2 insurance run of the game, and hit a rewind button. That's still to come yet. Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Who gave the crew some breathing room? What play was it? It's time for the insurance run of the game, brought to you by G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance. On the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Yeah, time for that insurance run, brought to you by G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance. They didn't really get, by definition, insurance run, but they did ensure themselves they didn't get shut out, Tommy Wortz.
Running a business is like a championship run. One bad hit, like Sal Frelick's fielder's choice, can take you out of the game. G2 Insurance Services specializes in keeping your business and reputation protected. They offer tailored solutions for restaurants, professional liability, workers' comp. They represent top carriers like Erie to find the best combination of coverage and price. Get the defensive line your business deserves. G2 Insurance Services in Brookfield. Online at g2ins.com. Your friend in insurance. I'm going to make an executive decision.
Okay.
One-run fielder's choice insurance run highlights do not get played.
No highlight.
No highlight on that. You be better. Be better.
Now, Sal's been knocking in some runs via sack fly and fielder's choice, but he's starting to get under my skin a little bit with his. He needs to start picking it up. Okay, slow start. We're almost a third in, Sal. Come on, buddy.
Really? That's your guy, too.
I know. It's time. It's time to start seeing a little more quality at bats.
Are you worried about June 1st for Sal Frelick?
No. No. But I am concerned when, you got first and third and one out and you fluffle up a little duffer on the infield. That's a real technical baseball term, Tommy.
Fluffle up a duffer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's add that to the list of sounds raunchy.
Sounds dirty, yes. All right, let's rewind. The passing of Charlie Moore. Thoughts go out to from the whole Brewer family. To Charlie's friends and family. He passed away, longtime Milwaukee Brewer. And Charlie hit for the cycle in 1980. Let's rewind to that day.
October 1st, 1980. Charlie Moore, who called in earlier and said that it was Brett. It was Brett and Mequon. Yes. He's totally valid. It is 4 for 5 with a cycle and 2 stolen bases on this day against the California Angels. They had Paul Molitor get 4 hits in this game. Ben Ogilvy also had 4 hits in this game. The Brewers had 19 hits as a team against California at the time, with some names that we haven't mentioned yet this year. John Poff, Poff. You got that one in your bag?
I do not have a P.O. Really?
Yeah, John Poff. Looks like he played 2 seasons in the bigs, hit 1 career home run. In 79, he played for Philly. In 80, he played for Milwaukee, playing 19 games. So maybe a September call-up type guy?
I don't know, man. That's a new one to me. John Poff.
Yeah, and Vic Harris as well.
Vic Harris, I do recognize.
Yep. You got a number for Vic Harris?
Oh, I don't. Let's go. It wouldn't be 11. I'm going to go 12 then.
28.
Okay.
Fielder was took his number eventually then, obviously. But that was also his only year with the Milwaukee Brewers as well. Charlie Moore was still catching at the time. Dave LaPointe. Bill Castro, Reggie Cleveland, Larry Sorensen on the
big number 39. And let's see. What was Bill Castro, 35?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
He also worked 20, it looks like, for the Brewers.
Castro did?
Yeah, but 35, 2 different stints.
One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in your life, Bill Castro. All right, so there you go. Charlie Moore with the cycle, October 1st of 1980. All right, we'll turn you loose here and get back to your Memorial Day weekend get-togethers here. And remember, I will remind you tomorrow what Memorial Day is truly all about. It is to honor the ultimate sacrifice. We have Veterans Day for veterans, but we memorialize the fallen soldier on Memorial Day. So more on that tomorrow, but we'll turn you loose. And once again, the final today, 5-1. Brewers back at it tomorrow. Cardinals in town, Dollar Dog Day. And Tommy, you've got the leadoff show at
noon tomorrow. Hour of pregame coverage right here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Mr. Tim Allen, wherever you get your podcasts, over at Best Brewers Coverage on Spotify, Apple, Google, you name it. We got the YouTube stream, youtube.com/@WI Sports Radio. And, of course, the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network live immediately after the last pitch.
Yeah, Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show tomorrow here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. For Tommy Wortz, my name is Tim Allen. I don't know if you guys still have something grilling out tonight, but enjoy the time off, that's for sure. And then tomorrow's supposed to be a beautiful day as well. And hopefully the Brewers take game one. For Tommy Wortz, my name is Tim Allen. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. And remember, as always, smile, Wisconsin. Bob Uecker is smiling back.